Oh, hello and welcome to a new stream in which I'm surviving on an island in Indev. Once again, I have been doing some work in between the episodes, so I'm gonna show you now. Well, I need to already show you since you can already see over here. You can see that the bridge that I have worked on in the last episode has been finished. I'd say it looks quite nice. And I have also replaced all of the water in the lake with lava. So it now looks like, well, not sure if it looks better, but you might disagree with me that it looks better, but it's better. And it also protects me from like hostile mobs so that they don't attack me as much. And secondly, I've also, anyway, aside from that, I have also worked on the inside of my base. I've kind of finished it, at least the first floor. I'd consider them finished now. I think this sort of area I might still expand them sort of this way since I have these sort of hallways. There we have. I've also added this sort of seating area using some slabs to kind of make a couch of sorts, or something like that. Then if we go up, and also you can see these large windows with which I can look outside and see if the sun is setting. If we go to the second floor, you'll see that this one is also finished. I've added some sort of balcony-like area over here. So it's kind of me. Well, it doesn't really protect me, but I decided to add it because I feel like it's better than the glass. And another thing that I've also had a change of plans in between these streams, because in the last stream I was planning to make a sort of balcony over here, but I decided not to do it since I already have a view from over here and it would kind of also block this area of looking up. So I just decided to place a painting over here. Anyway, those are all the important changes. Those are all the important things that I did in between the episodes, in between the streams, I mean. And now it is time to talk about what I have planned for these streams. There are 4 things that I have to do. Firstly, I would like to decorate this path that's over here, from this bridge to this bridge over here. So I decorate the staircase and just make it look better. Before I kind of make it look better by replacing some of the stone and dirt with more stone slabs. Then I would like to work on this spiral staircase. I would like to make it go all the way down to the bedrock. And then I would like to work on this room. Anyway, and lastly, I would like to bring some water over here, so flood this area, for which I'll need to use the water from the ocean, because I've already tried to flood it using the water sources. The problem was that for some reason the water just kept drying up whenever I removed the water source. So I'm gonna have to bring the water from the ocean, that way it doesn't dry up. And I'm also going to connect it to this area. Anyway, and also I would like to mention that I'm not going to do these things in this order, not in the order that I've set, because it'll be better to do it out of order. Before I start, I'm gonna quickly kill some pigs and cook the meat. And I'm also going to need to grab some building resources, since I currently don't have any. So let's get started. I think the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna work on that staircase over there. I think the resources that I'm mainly gonna need are cobblestone, dirt, and I guess some wood. Over before I start, I'm going to take care of this food. Anyway, this now it will cook, so I'm gonna start working on this thing. Thinking the first thing that I would like to add are some pillars, and I would like to make a overhang of sorts over here, which will be supported by these pillars. So now I'm deciding where I want the pillar to be. I think I'm gonna put it over here, and it's gonna be made out of cobblestone. I think this still should be enough. I'm gonna make the second pillar. Anyway, I think I'm gonna get rid of this grass first. It should make building a bit easier. And I'm going to craft myself some stone slabs. And the reason why I'm crafting these stone slabs is that they will sort of support the earth. See, can I place them from the bottom? Kind of like so. Now I just need to fill it up a bit. Make, turn them into gold blocks so that I can properly place the dirt on top. Maybe I think this might be enough. So I'm gonna place in the dirt and then I'm gonna check how the overhang looks from the bridge and maybe from some other angles. I think it kind of works, but I feel like it's still missing something, so I'm gonna extend it kind of over there and try to place some slabs kind of around the edges. I feel like I kind of don't like the dirt being around the edges like that. Now let's see, will this look better? Kind of, but now it looks kind of too big for the pillars. So what I think I'm gonna do is expand the pillars at the top. That's annoying. Now I'm gonna have to rebuild it. Well, some of it. Can I be more careful next time? Thankfully I had my armor which protected me. Anyway, now I need to decide what I want to do, because the current problem is that this overhang is kind of too thick for the pillars. Kind of, or I want to make them thicker. Let's try that out. I'm gonna break these. And now let's, yeah, can place it over here. Well, probably shouldn't have since fixing this like will be annoying. And yeah, it doesn't work as well as I hoped. So what I think I'm gonna try doing is quickly bring a lava source just in case, and I'm gonna try to fix things. I'm gonna place the lava source over here. Here. And it's time to start over again. Anyway, this means I need to get myself do some crafting. Thankfully, we didn't lose too much progress, so I'd say it's fine. Anyway, well, to start, I'm gonna do the same things that I did before I died. So I'm gonna make these pillars, because I think I was going in the right direction with those. Although, right now I'm thinking if I should put the dirt there. Not sure right now. Let's see, how does it look without the dirt? And that could kind of work if we went a bit more out the right side. I think it will work. But only up to this point. Let's see. This kind of works. I'd say this looks kind of better than it did previously. So I'm gonna now craft some more stone slabs. And I think I'm gonna kind of place them like this. Let's see. How does that look? That looks kind of nice. Also, this made me wish that I had upside down slabs, but those won't be added. It will take a while before I reach a version that has got the upside down slabs. Let's see. I go stairs. Is there something I want to add? More like something I want to remove. And I'm also going to grab myself some logs, since I forgot after reloading the world. Alright, now it is time to sort of decorate this passage over here. First things first, I'm gonna pick out these walls so that I could replace them. I think I'm gonna also make a window over here. I think that will look better. I'm also gonna get rid of this dirt. I think that will be better. So that I could place some more stone slabs. Now let's see how it does look from the outside. I think it's kind of nice, so I think I'm gonna keep it that way. And I'm gonna start replacing the stone that's here at the bottom with some cobblestone and stone slabs. Yeah, I'd say it works well. Next up, the other walls. Although I might need to mix in some other colors because I feel like it will be too gray the way I'm currently going. Or I might need to try to mix in some other textures like the light gray wall. I hear sheep nearby. Gonna try to. But not sure where it is. Then what should I make the wall out of? I should also grab myself some bread since I forgot. And also I should check to see if I have any wall. I think I should. And I do. But firstly, let me just kill some pigs. And I'm also gonna punch the sheep that's over here. There we go. And with that, I think I can build some stuff out of wood. In the first thing I'm gonna do is use the slabs kind of over here to expand this. That is if I don't get killed. And I think the rest of the wall will be light grey cloth. I think that looks kind of nice. Now for the rest of the wall, gonna put some slabs over here. How does it look? It's missing the cobblestone over there. And it isn't paying attention properly. Yeah, over there. And now as for the wall design over here. I think what I can do is place these slabs like so, make a pillar of sorts. And I also need to make more stone slabs. Hello Sabine, good to see you. I'm currently working on on decorating the staircase which leads from this bridge over here to this bridge over here. And I've died in the process once. Anyway, continue. I'm currently working on the walls around the staircase to make them look a bit nicer. Now let's see what I want the walls. I think I'm gonna try a combination of cobblestone, or I think I'm gonna try cloth, which will be a bit expensive since I'm gonna need to collect some more. Yeah, I think that looks nice. Anyway, I kind of ran out of cloth, so I'm gonna need to collect some more, find some sheep. Thanks, glad to hear it. And I still have more work to do. Not sure when it will be finished, but I can take my time since Mira is still has my classic world and still hasn't finished the church. I think that's the plan. Now let's see, I'm gonna kill some pigs to get some more meat. And hopefully find some sheep like this one. Although this just reminds me, I wonder what does the light gray cloth become when I update to future versions, because I remember that method when he has at his polyworld, he had the cloth blocks in the train station, or since they turned into different blocks. So I wonder what does the light gray cloth turn into. I'm specifically asking about the light gray cloth, since it's the only color that I can get. So I'm thinking that maybe I could collect some more to have a lot of it stored for the future versions. That could be kind of interesting. I'll probably look into it once I'm done with this stream. I think it could be interesting to store some more. Anyway, as you can see, this is something that I usually do in these streams. This is something that I did when I was working on the base. I basically just dig out, for example, I just dig out the area when it was night, and when it was day I'll just walk around killing the animals and punching sheep to get meat and wool. And since we are getting quite a lot of meat, so I'm gonna have to cook it later. And I'm almost full, so I'm gonna stop killing the pigs and focus on punching the sheep instead. I wish there were more sheep than pigs right now. And here we got some 3 feathers and 2 sheep, which is nice. I wish there were sheep instead of these pigs. Seems like the pigs that were here have disappeared. However, they have not been. No sheep. There are no sheep currently here. It'd be nice if there were some actually. Since they need their cloth. Oh, I don't really need it, but I want to build with it, and I don't want to use the fluff that is stored inside the debug chests. Since I prefer to do it like collect it on my own. Now let's see how am I doing in terms of time. Oh, seems like it's gonna be that the sun is gonna set in a few minutes, so I don't have much time unfortunately. And I wish that this sheep would despawn. Don't need it anymore since it's not going to regrow its fleece. Seems like there is a large group. A sheep, which is a large group, well, the largest group that I've seen so far, I think. At least in this stream. Oh, seems like there are 4 actually. As you can see, the sun is almost setting, so I think this is going to be the last lap around the island. Hopefully 30 fluff blocks will be enough to finish, I think. However, before I continue working on it, I think I'm going to first cook all of the meat that I've managed to collect. Oh, there's a sheep over there, but I'm not going to go and get it since I would need to kind of walk around. I wonder how much pork am I going to have once I'm done with this island, because I've been using this bug all this time to get these stacks of pork without really eating it. So I think by the end I could have quite a few stacks, which makes me wonder how many stacks do I have right now, because I can't remember right now, so I'm gonna check it once I'm done cooking the meat that I've got in my inventory. Alright, there we go. The last piece of meat is now cooking, and I think I'm gonna head over and punch the sheep over there to get its glove. Since it hasn't really despawned, so I think there's a chance that I should be able to get it before it despawns. And was this the one I saw? Was this a different one? Wonder. Probably the same one. So I'm gonna head back to so that I wouldn't get attacked. Now let's see. Next wall is this one. And I feel like we're almost done with this part of the staircase. And yeah, there's only one more thing that I need to do, which is to add some torches. And there we go. I'd say it looks much better now. And I'm also going to grab myself some fluff from these sheep, since they have volunteered. And I should also heal myself. I don't want to go around without full health. Which reminds me that I want to take a look at how many stacks of pork do I have, and we got 3, 6, 7 stacks. That's quite a lot. 7 stacks, almost 8. There we go, got rid of the pest. That's 3. Like so. And over here, it's going to go the reason why I'm filling it with cobblestone is because I feel like it's cheaper than dirt, since there is more of it, and it's also, I think it's also more blast resistant in case a creeper blew it up. Now I'm going to do a bit more of landscaping by adding some dirt. This should be enough. I think I'm gonna also remove some of this dirt. And grab myself a new shovel since this one broke. Also, I must say this project is taking quite a bit longer than I expected. I was kind of expecting that it would take like less than half an hour, but we are already almost an hour into the stream. And I now need to grab the logs that I've left behind. I thought that I'm not going to use them anymore, but I've realized that I still have a use for them. And also, I've just noticed that the chat overlay is now working, unlike the previous stream. And also, I just realized there's one more thing that I should do, which is add some stone to side of the window next to the slabs. Which makes me wonder if I should like replace both of the blocks next to it. And I'm not sure if that looks so good, so I'm gonna do like one block for now and decide later. Now let's see, how does this look? Does it look better? Does it look worse? I'd say it looks better, but I might need to place a few more pieces of cobblestone. Oh, didn't need to break those stone slabs, but oh well. Let's see. Okay. A few more stone slabs. 2 right next to the cobblestone. Make it look better. I think that looks kind of nice. Now for the survival part, I'm gonna work on this part right now. So I'm gonna start by making a wall. Now for on the borders of these stairs. Not sure what did you call them. Then I'm gonna place in some blocks as pillars for support. And some slabs on top. Oh, let's see how it does look from the outside. I'd say it looks quite nice. Missing some details. But for that I'm gonna need to grab myself some more cobblestone since I ran out of it. I just saw a sheep and there's one over here, but that one's already sheared. which, oh, just realized I'm not sure what I want this wall over here to be made out of. Thinking maybe I should use the cloth. Oh, I think that kind of works. Though it might be too steep. Oh, I think it works. Yeah. And I'm thinking a bit right. How about if I should keep things this way? Like, for example, should I keep this cobblestone over here or like replace it with stone slabs? But I think I'm gonna keep the cobblestone. Instead, I'm gonna focus on this wall over here, which I think I'm alright. I'm gonna kind of repeat what I have on this side. Although I think I'm gonna replace the cobblestone that's over here with a cloth box. Yeah, I think that looks nice. Now I'm just gonna fill in this place. Although now I'm thinking if I should keep this dirt over here. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get rid of this, like so. Break these. Then I'm gonna let let the grass grow over here up, and I'm gonna grab some flowers in a bit and plant them here. I think that will be kind of nice. So I already have some, so I'm gonna and I can't forget to, of course, like this place up because it's kind of dark right now. And now I think I'm gonna do a bit of landscaping over here. I feel like it might look a bit better. Although I probably shouldn't remove the dirt over here because that will make the bridge look kind of unnatural. Anyway, I'm gonna remove some dirt from here, place in some blocks over here and here. I'm not sure right now what to do because I feel like I'm not sure if I should remove this dirt. I fear it might make the bridge look a bit unnatural. But I feel like it would be probably more interesting to try to remove it and see how it looks. I think what I'm gonna try doing is removing this over here. That was close. Almost. The zombie almost shot me into lava. But thankfully I wasn't that close to. Wasn't close enough to the edge. Anyway, right now I need to think what I want to do with these blocks over here. I think I'm gonna remove them. I think I don't need them anymore. Previously they were there to kind of add some more structure, but I don't think they are necessary anymore since I have these walls right now. And now I just need to look, and yeah, I'd say it definitely looks better now with the cobblestone kind of replacing the dirt, since it adds a bit more structure to this place. And I think I'm gonna need to do something about this dirt. I'm not sure if I really want to keep it right now, but I'm gonna need to think about it later. For now, I'm going to focus on some other things. Now let's see, is there anything more that I would like to do right now? I don't think there is currently, so the last thing that I'm going to do is just check out the path by walking through it. Anyway, looking at it, I feel like there is still some more work to be done, but that is something that I can do later on. For now, I'm just gonna enjoy the fruits of my labor. Anyway, this thing is finished now. I'd say it looks much better than before, so now it's time to move on to the next thing, and that is, I think that will be the lake area that I've talked about at the beginning of this stream. This thing. But before I start working on that, I'm gonna need to kill myself first, since I fought that skeleton. And I'm also going to put away the things that I no longer need. And now it's time to head out. So, to make this thing, there are two things I'm gonna need to do. First being that I need to connect this part to the ocean, which means that I'm gonna need to dig a channel. I think it's gonna start in this area. And I'm gonna need to count how many blocks do I need to go. See, it's over here. Yeah, that's this block. This is the first block. See, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18. 18 blocks. So far I've dug 4. I think I'm going to also replace the walls around it with cobblestone so that I don't accidentally break it and flood something like I did just now. I'm most likely going to remove this channel once I hit Infdev because by that point I won't need it anymore. Anyway, I should also get myself some stone to kind of cover it up. So it looks at least a bit better. Because I don't want it so exposed. Now let's see which parts I want to cover up. I think over here as well. And here it should be fine. And guess should probably dig out this coal before I continue. And put in the stone over here. For a second I stopped because I thought I couldn't get out, but I can get out from over here. That way I won't break this stone yet. it's that I'm going to first connect the first lake to the other one, for which I'm going to need to block off some things, some entrance cave entrances, and also take back the torches. I think I'm gonna also grab myself a shovel and take some of the sand so that I can use it for something else. I should have probably made the second shovel back then, because I was thinking of making it, but decided not to. And it seems like a group of sheep spawned, or it's quite nice, so I'm gonna quickly grab their wool. I wish I had so many sheep spawning back then when I was trying to get the wool. Anyway, this should be enough sand, so now I'm gonna block off the entrances. And I'm also going to try to mark them with those stones so that I don't accidentally break the stone. Well, guess I need to grab some more stone. I don't think I have enough for this thing. But first I'm gonna catch these sheep. Since there are so many of them. Yeah. Because I think I'm gonna need some more, well, for future projects. And it will of course be nice to have some stored for the future. I don't know, well, seems like this is now the biggest group of sheep that I've seen on this in this stream. Let's see how many there are. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 7, I think. That's quite a lot. And there's one at, well, there are two at the top, but I wouldn't go there to punch them. This makes me wish that I lit up the island better. Because working while being attacked by these mobs is kind of annoying. Anyway, doesn't seem like there are any more around me, so I'm gonna start filling in this place. And I think this should be good enough. Or not, there's still displays remaining. And there's a creeper. And I'm also going to quickly fill up this all a bit. Anyway, now the last room that the stone is filled in, I just need to connect these two lakes. But for that I need to first for that I'm going to need to first dig a channel, and I'm also going to replace the dirt with cobblestone so that I don't accidentally dig into it. And I don't have enough cobblestone apparently. Anyway, looking at the time, it seems there's only about 20 minutes of the stream remaining. So what I think I'm gonna do is finish the lakes, and then I'm gonna do the spiral staircase, and I think that it will be the last thing. And I think that should be it. This thing should be finished, which means that the only remaining thing for me to do is to break the stone block and let the water in. However, before I do that, I'm going to quickly save just in case something unexpected happens. I want to be prepared after all. And now let's quickly run over to the, or rather walk over to the lakes. And they are filling in quite nicely. And yeah, I think this looks much better. So now we are going to take a look from the inside. I just wish the water level was a bit higher. I feel like it would look better. But oh well. I'm not going to rebuild things just because of that. It would take too much time, I think. And here we go. I'd say it looks quite nice. This was actually my plan, kind of from the start. As I said at the beginning of the stream, I tried to kind of do it. I think I said it. Anyway, as I said at the beginning of the stream, I was trying to kind of flood it in between these streams, but I was unsuccessful because the water kept disappearing for some reason. Anyway, now that that is finished, I'm gonna store away the things that I've collected, and then I'm gonna start digging down. But first I'm gonna need to correct myself. Like, I think I'm gonna make 3 more pickaxes. After that I'm gonna need to grab myself some more iron blocks from the top. And now it's time to start digging. I feel like this will be probably the most boring part of the stream. That should be fine since the stream is close to being over. I should probably take off some of the armor. Just the helmet. I don't need it anymore. Since I think it's not giving me any defense anymore. Thanks to the alt armor mechanics. Seems like there is a cave over here. but I don't think it's particularly interesting, and I'm not in the mood for cave exploration. Thankfully, the worlds in Indev are only like 64 blocks tall, which means that I've got less than 32 blocks to go down. Anyway, hello, Cine. I'm not sure if I'm reading it correctly. I'm currently, as you can see, I'm currently digging down because I want to make a spiral staircase that goes all the way down to bedrock level. It shouldn't take too long. As you can see, we are already down, and as you can see, I have been doing a lot of mining between the streams. Here you can see the bedrock, and I've also marked Sphinx with some cloth, which just reminds me that for some reason I've put away the blocks that I had, which I shouldn't have, so I was planning to use them to pillar up. So I'm gonna need to go up, grab them, go down, and pillar up, which means extra time wasted. And also seems like my wheat is fully... Well, that was careless of me. Anyway, what I was trying to say is that my wheat is all grown, but for some reason it seems that something has trampled it, which is quite annoying. And I also need to heal myself, because I was careless. And of course I didn't grab any of the locks, so gonna grab this, grab that, this. Get more cobblestone just in case, and now I can go down. And I fell again. Of course I did. See, where should I place the slabs? Here, 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 here. Seems like placing these slabs will be quite easy going down. Spectre doesn't mean that you are playing Infdev Plus, I assume. Also, I'm kind of lacking context, because maybe there was like a message that you didn't send. Oh, I see. And how are you enjoying it so far? And yeah, there we go. The staircase is finished. So the last thing remaining for me to do is to light it up, starting from the top. Now let's see, hour and 52 minutes, I think. Oh, that's quicker than I expected, so I think I'm gonna do a bit of digging. And yeah, the biome generation in Indev is quite great. I think it's a really cool mod. Well, I said it because I have spent a lot of time playing since I'm one of the beta testers, so I also have had like access to the development developer builds that, well, for example, play the developer builds of the 0.3 update, which added the biomes. Anyway, now I need to put away the things. I don't need those anymore. Also, you should also watch the biome showcase video on the official Legacy Plus channel in case you haven't already, since you might learn some useful information from there. Anyway, now that I've put away all of the things, I'm gonna head downstairs and do some digging to enter this stream because I don't want to end it before the 2 hour mark. That's good. Hope you like it because I'm actually one of the people who worked on it. I've like recorded it and edited it, and I've also wrote some of the script. I see, that's quite nice. Have you also tried playing the other mods, like Indev Plus or Classic Plus? I think I'm going to continue playing until I break both of the remaining pickaxes. I see. That's unfortunate. Unfortunately, I don't really know what could be causing it. Anyway, it seems like the second pickaxe has now broken, so I'm now gonna return to the top and store away the cobblestone. And while I go there, I'd just like to quickly mention that tomorrow I'll be releasing the new episode from my new Indev Plus Hardcore series. It'll be the second episode, and I've already started working on the art. Anyway, I'd say that will be it for this episode. I think I had done enough work, as I have finished sort of decorating this staircase, and I also did these lakes, so I think I'm gonna end it here. I don't really know what I will be doing in the next stream. That's something I'm gonna need to decide. But anyway, that will be it for this one, and I'll see you in the next one.